When is the best time for me to steal your pets? It could be any time. I could even take it away from you. But if I go to jail, do time. So I wait. I watch. I look. The best time for me to take it is when it's in a patio. We leave it alone. I just go and just pick it up and leave. I don't care if you have a camera. You can't see me. You can't identify me. I cover my face. I wait for you to tie it up on a pole and go inside a store or a grocery store or get your latte. Doesn't matter. You think you take a minute. It takes me a second. Or you leave it in your car. I steal your car. The dog's an icing in the cake. Yeah. I go get arrested. Doesn't matter. Then let me go. I'll be in New York, California, Chicago. Doesn't matter. Then let me go. I'll do it 20 times and make money. I'll sell your dog. I'll call you, get a reward. Or just give it to my girlfriend. Doesn't matter. Only you could take care of your pets. Me, it's just money. Yep. But I'm not that person. My name is Angel Nieves. I'm your host on the Your Pet Detective Show. And my God, it's hot in that thing. Minga. And I'm a retired cop. I did police for 20 years. And then that's me on the left. I used to work in the South Bronx. And did narcotics in Manhattan and in Brooklyn. And I also did I was a detective in the 3-4 precinct in Upper Washington Heights, a 3-4 squad in the Detective Bureau, working all types of crimes, from petty larceny all the way to homicide. And I use my expertise. As a detective. I use it now for investigating pets, lost, stolen pets, and all type of other crimes. I'm a private investigator, licensed in the state of New York. And what we're going to be talking about is only you could prevent pet theft. And that is the truth. Only you could prevent pet theft. Pets are stolen all the time. I believe like it's reported, it's like 10 million pets goes missing or stolen in the United States alone. And that's reported. It could be double or triple. This is an epidemic that happens around the globe, around the world. So you're talking about billions. Why they're stolen? For 1,000 reasons. 1,000 reasons. Could be stolen to make money, which is breeding, selling it, put it on eBay. Put it on the internet. Just keep it for themselves. Or give it to the loved ones, to the kids. Sell it to the labs, sell it for fighting, and in other countries, sell it for consumption. Yeah, yes. And let me tell you one thing. Don't think that could happen here in New York or in any other place in the United States because we're getting people from all over the globe swarming to America because America is the land of the dreams. And they bring the customs with them. Perfect example, guinea pigs. I mean, when I was a kid, guinea pigs were kept in kindergartens, in schools. They were pets in homes. Just put them in a cage. You take them out and you feed them. They're so fluffy for decades. Now, for example, in New York, they banned them. They banned them and giving the excuse that they're being abandoned in the parks and the streets. There was too many of them, so they had to ban New York City. My God, that's every single animal that's abandoned. Dogs, cats. Are they going to take it away from us too? But what happened? It's legal to eat them. My God, eating those poor little guinea pigs. And they even have restaurants. They have restaurants. They call them koi. CUY. So yes, you have to protect your pets. And to tell the truth, the best time is anytime. Anytime there is the thieves. It's anytime. It doesn't matter when. But most of it is the holidays. Starting now, we're in November. Thanksgiving 2 days away. After that, it's Black Friday. Now you're really distracted. Distracted, and it's like an MMA fight. Try to get your stuff. So now the pets are almost forgotten because so many things you got to do. My God, you got to buy food, you got to buy this, you got to buy gifts, you got to wrap gifts, you got to go to travel. I mean, so many things you got to do. You forget, or you take them with you because you want to do two things at once. I walk the dog, plus I buy something in the store. I can't take the dog inside, so I tie him up outside. Your dog is gone. I leave him in the car. Is that a smart thing to do? The dog could die in the car. So you leave the window a little bit open. What are you telling the thieves? Hey, I got a $20 bill on the dashboard. Take it. They take the car. When a thief steals a car, they see a car. Nothing else. It's like a tunnel vision. That's all they see. And what they do, they steal the car and the dog inside. And sometimes even a baby's inside. Just a couple of days ago, an 8-year-old kid was left in the car. The mother went inside, I think was in the hospital, and the car was gone. An 8-year-old and the car was gone. Another one, which you're going to see in the video, a guy went to a store in up on Westchester, New York. Went to a market and left his dog inside the car. A guy pickpocketed, took his keys where the guy was going, and went to the car, stole the car, the dog inside. The guy wanted the car. The dog was icing the cake. Now that kind of crime, a lot of these guys don't like to do when they steal dogs, is because you could do 5 years in jail. Of course, depending on what state you're in. And you don't want to go to jail. So stealing a dog, which is considered to a lot of places, like New York, petty larceny, which is only a misdemeanor, and admit it, folks. If someone steals your dog, you're not thinking about the person going to jail. You're thinking about saving your dog or bringing it home. You even press charges when you get the dog. And the thieves knows that. And crime is very weak on dogs, on any pets. Because pets are considered property, not considered living, something that's so close to you. You could love a car, but never gonna love a car like you love a pet dog or a cat or a guinea pig. Those are the things. Let me show you some things here. Because you say, that was never happened to me. It could never happen to me. Yes, it could happen to you. Watch. Pet theft. You see a lot of posters on the street of lost dogs, missing dogs. You even see it at the homes, even though the cat is there. That's only a nice joke there. But you see them tied up on the poles. You see them? That's an easy way to steal your dogs. Tie them up on the pole. You go to a store. Leave them in the car. You see them in the car? Leave them outside. Look at that guy ready to take the dog.
It was over in a moment. A dinner-time dog napping in front of a crowded can be seen approaching the dog as though he just wanted to pat her. But the 5-year-old Maltese Shih Tzu quickly becomes distressed. Masked in a bandana, the man can be seen grabbing her collar to unclip the leash. After that, he made a run for it. Back up the dog with.
You see that? They put a bandana. They know there's cameras out there. They do know there's cameras out there. So they put the bandana on. That's like same way you see me covered up this with the glasses and that. They cover themselves and they just take it. People on the street, they got so many things in their mind, they don't even know you exist. They don't even see what you're doing, even though they could see, but they got things in their mind, they don't see you. This guy, it was a busy place. A busy place. I think this was in England. A busy place, and he stole the dog. Little baby like this. The folks, they're inside eating and left the dog outside because they cannot take the dog inside. Here's another one. This one is Missy because the person went actually inside the house and stole the dog. I don't know if he has a key to the house or probably the house was open. The door was open, but he took the dog. Watch.
Special needs was stolen from his home in Baldwin County. Doorbell surveillance footage revealed how Rags the dog disappeared. His owners are now pleading for help from the police department and the community.
He went inside the house. Now, depending on the state you're in, everything is different, but it's a little bit similar. And this is a gray area on a burglary. He went inside the house without permission of the owner and stole the dog. Okay, which is considered stolen property. So he went inside. It could be criminal trespass and and stolen property, or they could make it into a burglary. But the guy covers his face for nobody to know him. But I really think that they know this guy. Somehow they've seen him. Here's another one. The dog is on the front yard, chilling. A nice, beautiful dog, even submissive, and the guy pets the dog and everything. And look what happens. He picked up the dog, jumped in the car, and sped off. The driver is waiting for him. Sees a dog there, walks towards the dog, knows the dog belongs to the house, just picked it up and left with it. And then the guy, you hear him in the background, hey, it's too late. Too late. Now you're noticing this is happening when a dog is tied up on a pole, or the dog is in a car, or the dog is in the yard. Those three things you hear in reports all over. Those are the three main things that's happening. Watch this one. This dog again in the yard and is fenced. It's right up in Texas. Here's another one, fenced dog. The dog is fenced, following the other dog, wants to play. The other person is looking around to make sure nobody's watching. Just picked up the dog. Watch. He's petting it first, grabs it, and walks away. Picks it up and walks away. Just like the last one. The dog's in the yard, is fenced, picks it up and walks away. Easy peasy. Easy to steal. Why should they rob you? Even though it does happen to robberies, why they should rob you if it's so easy just to pick them up and leave? These pets are unattended. Nobody's watching. You could have cameras, but it doesn't matter because you're not sitting there and watching the camera 24/7. The camera is after when the crime already committed to show proof to court. And guess what? You can't even see the faces. So the camera in a way is useless. The person covers their face like I did, glasses and everything, but then they steal it. That's how fast it is. Less than 30 seconds. Less than 30 seconds. And you can't say, I just left it out for 2 seconds. It took it. Because when you look at the camera and see the time frame, by the time you get to see the camera, it's already half an hour. This one is by a supermarket, a store. The person left his dog, a retriever, I think it's golden retriever, left it on the tied up on a pole. Look what happens. Look what happens. Where's the person? You see the hands? Trying to hide from the camera. They took the dog like nothing happened. People walking right by. They don't know that dog is chasing out.
Early yesterday morning, Willard Martz pulled his car into one of these parking spaces.
This one, the dog was left in the car. This is the one I told you about before when the guy went to the store. Watch.
Behind me at Tractor Supply Company
This
in
is a
Mount
report.
Pleasant. He got out of his car and started walking to the store, going to go inside to buy dog food. Before he got to the door, somebody came up behind him, took his keys from his pocket, stole his car and his dog inside.
Now that here in New York, I mean, it could be the same everywhere. They have different words of saying or whatever, but it's still a felony. It's grand larceny, pickpocket. They took it out of the guy's pocket to steal the car, which is grand larceny also. So it's 2 counts of grand larceny. Okay? The guy stole the car by taking the keys from his pocket. It's not a robbery. Okay? There was no struggle. But this is like one of those rare times, and I believe the guy was actually wanted to steal the car and not the dog. So he wanted the car for himself, and that's what he took, and the dog was actually inside the car. Now, this one here, you're going to see, I think this is like in New Zealand, or in Australia. It's like a show. And the guy on the left that you see there, he's animal behaviorist. The other guy's the owner of the dog, and they're trying to find out. I think the dog's a mix, like a Chihuahua mixed with a Russell, and it's like a 10-15 wall, a 10-foot wall or something, and his dog somehow escapes. So they want to see how this dog could escape, because dogs are escape artists. They go underneath, they go up, they go sideways, they find a way to get out. They find a way to get out. And most of it could be a boredom because they want to go out more. It could be because they're not fixed, not spayed or neutered. So the dog, if it's not spayed, actually could smell another dog a mile away and just jet to go over there to do their thing. And it's normal. And to stop that, you have to fix them for not to happen. This one, I don't know what's the reason why the dog. It could be the dog just wants to explore. And because he done it once or twice, he's going to continue doing it. Watch.
No way. He's incredible. How's he doing that?
He's climbing.
Oh my God.
Chris and Stefan are finally watching just how the amazing splodge manages to scale a brick wall.
He's incredible. Just go straight up the bricks. I didn't think he'd do it. And then he's closed the bricks vertically. And then does a big chin up onto the top.
I wouldn't have believed it.
It's like it was the easiest thing in the world.
Strangely, the escape artist isn't making an immediate exit. He stays perched on the brick wall for more than 5 minutes.
You'd think after all that effort, he'd scurry off into the...
Do you see that? Did you actually see that? He just climbed. You have to watch over your pets. This guy has a camera. He just put that camera. It wasn't he had the camera for all that time. They put the camera to see why. So the guy didn't even have a camera before. It's to see how this dog gets away. And they found out. He climbed the wall. I can't even climb that wall. Now, the one I'm going to show you now, okay, because people always say, someone stole my dog, a thief. I don't know what they did to my dog, blah, 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 blah. Okay? There's a lot of blahs. Guess who else takes your pets? Wildlife. Coyotes, raccoons, owls, alligators, cougars, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Okay? Now, this is going to be a little bit graphic, but it has a happy ending. Okay? I really want you to see it for you to understand what I'm saying. I want to, yes, I do want to scare the hell out of it because I want you to watch over your pets. Don't leave them alone. Don't leave them abandoned. So I want you to watch this about this Yorkie and a predator grabbed the Yorkie. Did you see that? The owner is in the house. The pet is outside alone. A bald eagle saw a food. For him, it could be like a little bunny. Little bunny that's uncombed. He went for the dog, and the dog somehow got away. And then later on, you hear the lady screaming, "Oh my God, what is it? What happened?" Okay, because you hear the dog. Now, let me tell you another thing. This is like for your information. If you own a dog or cat and you have a toy, and this toy makes noise, like a squeaky, high-pitched noise, and you see the dog goes crazy over this toy and shake it back and forth like this, this is the same noise. The same noise. Listen. That's the noise you hear in that toy. So just think about it. When you get the toy and you give it to the dog makes that noise. It's like a little critter making a noise where he's destroying it. So, it's up to you to get the toy or not. But just want you to know. Okay? I hope this wakes you up. I really do. I really do hope this wakes you up. The way that you could stop pet theft is three things. Three things you got to remember. The main thing is do not leave them unattended, period. But it's three things. Do not leave them alone in the yard. Do not leave them alone in the car. Do not leave them tied up on a pole alone. Don't leave them alone, period. You are responsible of a dog that has a mind of a 3-year-old. If this is your baby, this is your family, you must watch over them like a 3-year-old. Your 3-year-old, you will not tie him on the toe. You shouldn't leave him alone in the car, because I'm saying you're not, because there is happening that they do leave kids alone in the car too. And you do not leave them alone in the yard, which I think also people do that too. Do not leave them alone. Because if you do leave kids alone, it's a crime. Okay? Endangerment of a child. But the laws on leaving the dogs alone, it's not a crime in some places. But when they do steal it, you want help and get your dog right away, and you're not going to get it. It's hard to make out a report on a stolen dog because it's not stolen. At the time, it's missing because you never saw somebody take it. Even though for me, missing and stolen is still something that should be investigated, but that's me as a pet detective, a private investigator. Cops have a lot of things going on. Most of the time, they have to be in details with protests, have to be in because there's a shooting or a stabbing. I mean, they even get beat up by these gangs out there. There's a lot of things going on. And what we have to do, what this show is about here, is about prevention for it not to happen. So do not leave pets alone, period. Make sure your house is escape proof and safe proof for the pets. Don't leave the window open. They'll jump out. Don't leave them outside for a second for they can do their thing. Put a leash on them. Walk them. It's good for you and for the dog. It's called exercise. In the car, you can't leave them alone. If it's too hot, they die of a stroke. If it's too cold, they freeze to death. If you're going to do an errand or something, leave them in the house. Do your walk, put them in the house, and then go. Don't try to do two things at once. It's not going to work. Watch over your pets. And another thing you should do to make this quicker, every pet, even if it's a dinosaur, should be microchipped. Should be tagged. When I say tag, a collar with its name on it, with the address or phone number of the vet. Your cell number should be there. If it's found, they call and you got your dog. If it's microchipped and they check a chip, you got the dog. If you have your dog missing, go to the police department. Give them your flyer. Give them your flyer. They don't want to make the report. You say have the flyer. And if you find the pet, take the pet to the area where you found the pet, to that precinct. Don't take the dog home if you found it in New York, or you go to Jersey and go to Jersey to give in the dog. No one's going to come for that dog in Jersey. They're going to come for that dog in a precinct of occurrence. If the cop has a flyer, say, oh my God, this person was just here. Let me call them or give them a call. And you got the dog right. It's that simple. That's why these things are done, for that reason. Fix your pets. Spay and neuter. Spay and neuter. Pets escape for that reason. They want to do their thing like we do. Okay? They will do anything to get out of the house to go to where that female dog that's in heat. That's why it's important. And also, they're less energetic and, they won't piss around the house. Microchip the pet. Make sure it is active. Just because they put a microchip, if you don't make the phone call to the company, it is not, it's worthless. It's worthless. Make sure the pet is microchip. Make sure it's active with your cell number, your current cell number. Make sure you take pictures of your pets. Make it a routine. You like to take selfies all the time? Well, take a picture of your dog's full body in case, God forbid, the dog is stolen or goes missing. You have a picture and you just put it in the flyer and show it to the police and have it all over the place. The flyer. These are little steps that you have to do now. Now when it happens, don't put the flyer with your baby on it. Don't do that. That's no. You're showing people you got a kid now. Show the dog by itself. Don't show a beautiful, oh my God, take a picture of a dog with a big statue in front of it. People are looking more at the statue than the dog. These are little things that should be done because when the time happens, you have it. Take pictures. You see the good thing with the iPhones? Look, see this? Oh my God, it disappeared. I'm doing magic here. Anyway, the iPhones, whatever phones you got, you could keep documents and everything. It's a mini computer now. Use it. Take pictures of the documents of your dog or the vet and all that stuff. Purchase of when you brought the dog or birth certificate of the dog. I mean, adoption papers, pictures, and put it like a file. Because when God forbid something happens, you have to run around look for it. All you gotta do is take it with you. And it's also good for God forbid disasters, things you don't plan. You have it with you, the documents. This is very important, especially now. Especially now. Christmas is around the corner. Thanksgiving is in a couple of days. Then you got Black Friday. And then you got to make your coquito and pastele or turkey or whatever you're going to make. You're going to lose track. So you have to plan now for when it happens. You have a lot of people try to keep your dog in the room. Have things for the dog in the room. If you can have the dog with you, there's going to be a lot of people. Someone's going to open that door, leave it open. The dog's going to run out. Make sure the collar's on, the tag is on. And somebody walk that dog. Walk the dog. Don't leave it in the yard. People forget. I remember once I was somebody's house and that person had the dog outside alone. I didn't even know about it. So, oh my God, I forgot the dog's outside. It's already half an hour. We were to only leave the dog out there for 5-10 minutes. What happened? Because they had guests. I'm throwing all this at you, which is good because you could go back to it and see what I'm talking about and remember, okay, I got to do these steps. I want you to put a comment in the bottom if I miss anything out. I want you to put in a comment in the bottom to say, oh my God, listen to you. I saved my pet. I have my pet with me. I don't want you to call me and say, I lost my pet. What am I going to do? I wrote this book. Hello? Oh my God. It just went out. The phone rang. Anyway, I wrote this book here. Do You Know Where Your Pets Are? Is a guide to finding your pets. But it's more than a guide in finding your pets. It's a guide in preventing for it to happen. For it doesn't happen to you. But God forbid, if it does get lost, it tells you steps what to do. And if you find a pet, which is not yours, it also gives you tips on how to find the owner of the dog. And laws should be changed. Yes. Law enforcement should have procedures for law enforcement to get more involved, for they could know. Because when I was in the academy, I didn't know nothing. Okay, I learned it on my own. Law enforcement, they should have a way that they have to make out the report, because if it's not documented, it doesn't exist. And the only way it gets involved is the politicians, the people you vote for, gets involved. I really believe that the law should change, that it's not just property. The one that say property, make it live property. Live. That the animals are alive. It's not dead property like wood or a car or furniture. It has feelings. It feels pain. It feels love. They need to be, especially now with crime wave going on, they should be protected. And there should be laws to protect them. And by changing the word to live, the penalties will be stronger, and there will be different big changes in the crime. So hope you listen to this. Happy holidays. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy your Christmas, your New Year's, Hanukkah, everything that is supposed to be celebrated. Enjoy it. Enjoy it with your pets. And don't go through tragedies. Do not drink and drive. Do not smoke and drive. Now marijuana is legal. Don't do none of that. And don't do it in front of your pets. It's not healthy for your pets, because they're in contact with that. So people, please spay and neuter your pets. And do you know where your pets are?